me. That is exciting, isn't it? Gosh, it's giving me goosebumps. We have a very special Colour Me Happy show today because we have the launch of these utterly fabulous selections of colour like a pro kits. This is going to be a fantastic gift. If you've got a teenager who loves your comics, loves your manga, this is the present for them. If you want to just move on your colouring to that higher level, these are going to be for you. They are absolutely amazing. We saw earlier on in the show, earlier on today, how many people are just really inspired by these collections. And we have got the master herself in the studio today. We have the wonderful Leann. Hello Leann, how are you doing?
Hello Becky, I'm incredibly excited. It's just such a privilege, I think, for us both to be stood here with the amazing licenses of DC and Harry Potter. It's going to be incredible, isn't it? And I have to say, these kits, exceptional and really brilliant for this time of year.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to what we're going to be seeing on here. Now, of course, with these, as we mentioned before, you have got the ability to create items just like a graphic designer, just like somebody who's going to be designing these comics. These are not, a colouring in page. We're not giving you substandard products. These are the best quality products you can possibly get. You're going to learn so much in here, and you're also going to be able to access some tutorials. We've also got there's some videos as well that we're going to be showing you later on to show you different techniques as well, because these really are something very different. And you are going to absolutely fall in love with these. Jamie Ennis is in and saying, Colour Me Happy is my favourite show ever. I think that's a lovely thing to say, isn't it?
It is a lovely thing to say. Do you know, I just think it's a really mindful, relaxing pastime being a colourist, isn't it? It's something where you can just chill out, enjoy the experience, immerse yourself in everything you're doing. And when you think about that, there is nothing more perfect than the magical, mystical world of Harry Potter if you are going to immerse yourself and feel like you're part of that journey. You're in the wizarding world, you're part of the cast and crew, because you're colouring in and creating your own artwork at home with these kids. And I think it really does invoke and instill that beautiful feeling that you get from reading the books or watching the movies. And I have to say, in our family, Becky, huge fans from when the first book launched. My son devoured everyone, and we were always the family in the queue at midnight on launch day, getting the book as it came live. And I can hardly believe it, and I don't want to admit it, 20 years ago when the first movie launched.
Yeah, that's quite
20 years ago, and Harry Potter still is popular today as the day when that first movie launched 20 years ago. It's incredible, isn't it? It's such a privilege to have these here.
Absolutely, and actually 34 years ago, today was the day that Hermione, Ron and Harry were all talking after the time of the troll in the girls' bathroom.
Oh!
My little Harry Potter fact for you there. Now, in these all follow the same kind of format, in that you have 5 of your classic markers, 5 of your illustrators, you'll also have one of your art liners, and you have 6 different designs in here in 2 different colourways. So you have them in a black outline and also in a grey. If I show you the designs on the back, you can also see the colours. Now, the colours are being thought about, so you're not getting any odd colours, you're getting the colours that are exactly right for you to create these fantastic designs. I mean, if you're any kind of a Harry Potter fan or any kind of fan of any kind of design, graphic artist, these are absolutely things to go. Now, they all follow the same format, they all are the same price, so $34.99 or $44.99. Platinum price is $27.99 or $35.99. So this is your Harry Potter one, but we have 3 in the Harry Potter kind of range. The next one is your magical creatures. This one has got Dobby, who of course is always going to be a free elf. You've got Hedwig in here, you've got the Hippogriff, and you've also got Fawkes the Phoenix in here. Once again, that ability to create all of those different designs you've got here in the black and in the grey and all of those colours. Now this one I think really great for working on different techniques, because obviously you've got different types of things. You've not just got skin in here, you've got feathers and you've got scales, all those different types of things you'll find in those mythical or those magical creatures. sorry, that's not magical creatures, magical companions. Magical creatures is this next one, where you have the basilisk, you've also got the merpeople, and you've got the pixies in here as well. I mean, look at the detail, look at that idea that you can create something like this. These are things that you would have thought that you would need a whole host of paraphernalia in order to achieve. But with this collection, with this set, you'll be getting the pens and you'll also be getting those designs for you to create those. They are amazing. Love Harry Potter. In fact, my niece, that's where we went for her hen night to Harry Potter World, because that was what she wanted to do. Over to DC Comics, we are looking at Batman. This again follows the same kind of format in that you get your classics, you get your illustrators, you get your art liner, and you'll also be getting those designs. I mean, really moody kind of designs that you've got here. Love this artwork, and this is all licensed artwork as well. So these are the absolute bee's knees when it comes to designs. Then we're going to show you the Joker. Fantastic, look at all those colours, that really rich dark purple, the green and that bright orange. And look here, these really cool, very detailed designs that you've got here. Absolutely incredible. Once again, you'll be getting your pens, your art liner, and you'll be getting those different designs. Your next one is your Harley Quinn. I love Harley Quinn. I haven't watched all of the films with Harley Quinn in, but I love that kind of sassy kind of feel to her. And I know that one of our viewers was saying she's got a Harley Quinn tattoo. You need this to go with it, don't you? Again, you're going to be getting your classiques, your illustrators, your fine line marker, and you're getting all those different designs in there. We then go on to Wonder Woman, who was my favourite when I was growing up. I always hoped I'd become Wonder Woman. Sometimes when I spin around, I do hope that I will change into Wonder Woman. All of these are the same price, $34.99 or $44.99. Platinum is $27.99 or $35.99. Again, this one, you're going to get lots of skin tones in this, which is a really great, another great technique for you to be working on. We then move on to Superman. With, again, all those great colours, you know, every single colour that you're going to be getting in these collections has been thought about. They're all going to work and make your designs look like the way that they should. Really fantastic collection you've got there. And then finally, we're going to the Flash. There we go. All of the colours. He saved every one of us. Different Flash. So this, I sent a photograph of this to my son because he loves the Flash. And this would be the kind of thing that I would be popping into my basket for him to have for Christmas. Again, $34.99, $44.99. Platinum price is £27.99 or $35.99. Lots of people are here saying hello. Leann Kwok says, I'm glad I asked what seemed like a silly question in the earlier show. It was good to get, she got a bit of RSI from refreshing the screen constantly. Marcella says, these are great as gifts for my teenage nephews and my mum and my adult cousin that lives Harry Potter. These really are, and sometimes that age range is quite difficult to choose a gift for. These make absolutely ideal gifts. And as I said before, sometimes you think you get a box, it's all packaging. It really isn't with these. There is a lot inside each one of these boxes, isn't there, Leann?
There really is. It is packed to the brim with fabulous stuff. And can I just say, Becky, huge kudos for knowing all of the names of those Harry Potter characters. Because I read the books and I watch the movies, I'm not so good with remembering the names.
Are you not?
So, no, I'm not. So I'm going to be shouting, Becky, what's this one called?
Okay, I'll do that.
All the way through the next 2 hours. Let's delve in and have a look at what is actually in one of the kits. Let's start with Harry. You've got to, haven't you? If it's a Harry Potter collection, it is the way to go. So we open up the kit. I mean, can I just say, first of all, the box. Incredible. This looks and feels like a premium gift for yourself or for a loved one. Absolutely. It feels special, it feels quality, and it feels like a lot more than $34.99 or $44.99 when you get it in your hands. It really does. Open it up, and inside you've got all of the goodness that you would expect from Spectrum Noir. So first of all, a fantastic range of our premium markers. So you've got our high quality illustrator markers in there, which are the most premium marker in the entire Spectrum Noir range. You've then got our classique markers in there as well, which give you chisel and bullet nib, which is important when you're colouring in this type of illustration. You've got a fine liner in there for bringing in more detail if you want to, for accentuating parts, especially when you're using the grey line art, which I'll show you in a second. And then you've got all of these fantastic pieces for you to colour and make your own, really. And when I was saying you're going to immerse yourself in that wizarding world, you really are going to be remembering your favourite scenes from the movie, your favourite sayings. You're going to be imagining yourself in that scene, in that magical wizarding world. How fabulous are these to colour in? And can I just say as well, brilliant that the shading and the illustration's been done in such a way where it helps you if you're new to colouring, and where to put the light and the dark. So it's going to look incredible regardless your level of colouring skill at home at the moment, and make it such an experience for whoever it is you're gifting it to. And you're getting all of these. It's not a choice of. Every single one of these. Now that was the black line art. Here is the grey line art, which allows you to be a little more expressive with your colours. The black you wouldn't obviously colour over the top of because you can't see it, but with the grey you can start to go over the top of that with other colours from the set and be more expressive and creative. The great thing about this is you can use this artwork to express your own thoughts or feelings about Harry Potter. So if you fancied having Harry Potter in a movie and you don't know why isn't it a field of daisies, put a field of daisies behind him if that's what you want to do. So you can express your own creativity. This is your artwork to use at home. Incredible value for money. And can I just say, high quality art, marker art, cardstock there. It's not thin paper. It's not like a copy paper. It is the premium alcohol marker cards that we bring to you in a pad, but in here printed on. So it's premium, 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 premium every single step of the way. Absolutely beautiful pieces of art there with Harry. Now every single one of the boxes, be it Harry or DC, comes with a leaflet inside. And what that leaflet does is give you all of the hints and tips in terms of how to get the most out of your colouring, what to do in terms of lightening, adding depth, adding shade, adding shadow, all of the things that I talk to you about with alcohol colouring all of the time. We give you the instruction in there. But more importantly, you've got a QR code to scan where you can go and find in-depth tutorials of how to colour these pieces of artwork and how to lay your colour and use your alcohol markers, and there's lots of inspiration in there too. So not only do you get the kit, all of this artwork and all of these illustrators, classique and fine liners, you get an absolute treasure trove of fabulous education in terms of how to colour these in. I think this is perfect as Christmas gifts for anybody in the family. And actually my son, as I've said, huge Harry Potter fan. He's got two daughters. They're 3 and 18 months, and he is counting down the days for when they will be old enough to not be traumatised by watching a Harry Potter movie, because he can't wait to have the experience of sitting with his daughters to watch the movies and immerse themselves in that world with them, because it meant so much to him as a child, the books, the movies. It was just a big part of his life from being very young to almost 30 next year. I mean, more than 2/3 of his life has had Harry Potter and he's been an avid fan. When you think of it like that, it's fantastic. I'm going to get him one of these kits for Christmas, and I'm going to get my husband one because he just loves to, he's an artist, we've talked about it before, he loves to draw and colour and do line art. He'll have a lovely time with this, and I think it's one of those things where it's mythical, it's magical, you can immerse yourself in that experience, remember the movies, feel like you're part of it and express yourself with it. It really is, I think, the best gift for all ages and everybody in the family.
I completely agree with you. Yeah, absolutely. And there is, it is a magical world, isn't it? But I think you're absolutely right. When you hear the music, when you see the start of a Harry Potter film, it takes us back to that amazing world, and it is a beautiful way of escapism. So very much looking forward to seeing these. Jane says, hello everybody, I bought the Flash one for my grandson for Christmas and it came today. Wow. Vanessa says, I cannot get again, I cannot wait to get my fan art kits. I was trying not to buy anything else, but I cannot not buy these fan art collections. I mean, they are superb, and I love the fact you're getting everything in them. Not only are you going to be able to practice all that colouring, actually, you know, then you can start drawing these things. I was talking about earlier on, my friend's daughter, she started drawing, she was about 14, and doing things with alcohol markers, and she's now just started at university doing graphic design for art, for games. It just came from doing a bit of colouring one evening after school, and it's led her into a whole career. Who knows what you can all be doing once you get started with these. Right, Leann, can we have a little bit of a demo to see what you're going to be able to do with these?
Absolutely, we can. So we're going to start with Harry. Why not? I think it's the best place to start if you're talking about some Harry Potter kits. And we're just going to start by doing his skin tone. Now, what we've got in here are 2 pens which are appropriate for his skin tone. Again, follow the QR code. There's in-depth instruction in there for you. The first thing we're going to do is start by, we've talked about this on Academy of Colour and lots of other things, getting our map in place for where there's going to be shade and where there's going to be light. So I'm just kind of bringing some shadow along. There's going to be some shadow from his glasses along here, which will come down there. And the great thing with graphic art like this and illustration is you don't need to be too precise. So I'm just deciding where it's going to be darker, and I'm bringing that in. It would be darker under his ear, it would be darker under his chin, and we can see that because it's already given me some lines for shade in there. So I can bring that in, and because you've got the Illustrator markers here, and not only have we got Illustrator, we've got those fantastic Japanese nibs, and these are our most premium marker. The colour laydown on this cardstock that we've put in here is truly fantastic. So at this moment in time, it will not look amazing because all you're doing is getting a map in place for where the shadow is going to be on his face. You can already see that's bringing him to life and putting some chiselling in there where there would be shade from his hair falling on his forehead, etc., etc. So we go around and we pop all of that in. The colour laydown with our brush nibs is absolutely incredible, and I think I would have a little bit under his eye here and a little bit under his eye here, under his glasses. Let's bring that in there.
It's really coming to life already.
It's amazing, isn't it? And after, that's just a few brush strokes, it's not even blended yet. Then we'll move to the other marker, and this is where we'll start to just soften those edges. So you work quickly and you bring your marker up over the edge and then fill in where you've got your preserved highlight. And these brush markers will absolutely do that beautifully for you. Now I'm preserving my highlight by not doing inside of the glasses just yet. That will be the last thing I do, because if that's the last thing I do, that's going to be the lightest thing. And of course there would be reflection from the glass across his face. So we're going to leave that to last. But look how easy it is to get this colour down with these brush markers onto this beautiful, and can I just say, all of these illustrations from the Warner Brother Library of Line Art.
Right.
So these are all original illustrations from the Warner Brother Library of Line Art that they've got. These are not something that we've had recreated or drawn specifically from these kits. This is actual licensed artwork.
Wow.
Which is incredible. And then what we've had done is Nicola Yao, who you know from doing our other fan art kits that we've done, our other large discovery kits, has gone and coloured them in so that you can see how to lay down that colour. But you've seen here that it's just taken me a matter of moments. Now all I'm going to do is go and re-accentuate some of the darker areas where I've gone over with the light, where I still want a little bit more shade. Just bring that on his lip, a little bit down here where his sideburns are, definitely under his neck and down there, across his ear. And I see that that's coming to life already, his face. And you can leave some of these areas, because the other thing is, don't worry if it looks in places a little bit darker or patchier, because alcohol marker continues to lighten as the solvent dries. So that will all then come to life. And you can do that brushwork out there so you get that lovely light flick of shade across his cheekbone. And if you want to soften it, you can just take your light marker and soften that out. It makes it very, very simple and easy to do. Now, because we've got fine bullet tips on the Classique markers, this is going to let us get into the detail that is small. So he's going to have his beautiful striking blue eyes in there, which looks incredible, doesn't it? And I actually want to put a little bit of darker on his lips. So I'm going to use the very fine bullet tip from the darker marker and just bring that shadow in there. His hair, going to be incredibly easy because you've got all of that shading and shadow in there. So a brush marker from Illustrator, and then all you're going to do is follow the sweep of his hair, and you're going to leave some light areas and some dark areas, and already that's looking like hair.
Absolutely.
It's incredible. So it's the quality of the line art. You're going to have such a lovely time, and you can take a lot longer than I am, of course, because we've got a limited amount of time and a lot to show you. But I think the takeaway is these can be gifted to anybody in the family who loves the wizarding world and who wants to immerse themselves, who is an avid fan of Harry Potter, and they're going to be able to do what I'm doing here with the high quality products that we've put inside and get phenomenal, phenomenal results.
Wow, that looks brilliant. And only in a matter of a few moments.
Yep.
Incredible.
He can come to life, absolutely. Now his cape, let's do that. Do you want me to continue, or do you want me to? Oh, okay, we're continuing. Okay. What Johnny says, Johnny gets, Becky.
Yep.
There we go. Yes, if I go out of vision, let me know. So you can keep doing that with his hair. Now, his cloak, what we're going to do, we've got the red marker here, but we want to put some shadow. And can I just show you one that's already done so you can see what it's like when it's done?
Wow.
That's what you're going, how incredible is that? And that's just exactly as I'm doing there with the face. Side by side, look. It's just a little bit dark around the nose. And if you want to go back and put some more dark in, use your fine tip and go back and re-accentuate that. Don't be scared of doing it. You can see that there. And actually, if you want a little bit more shade in there, you can use one of your grey markers. So I'm going to use my classic brown grey marker, and then just here in that shade there and under the tip of his nose. Look how that makes a massive difference straight away. So don't be afraid of taking your grey markers in and putting some extra shading in places, so you can see how that really, and then under his eyebrow here where his glass would be, putting in that darker tone. And we talk about this in the instructions that come in the box, but also in the QR code. Look at the difference, the chiselling to his face, just by using that grey in there. And you can use a darker grey if you want to as well. You've got several colours of that in the box. This detail on the shawl of his jacket is created using a brush marker from Illustrator, because it's not there. So that's easy again, you're just mapping it out. So to map that out, we're going to have a triangle. I'm just going to turn this around, Charlotte, sorry, because I need to do it in this direction, upside down. And then here I'm going to map out this triangle. That's coming down his jacket here like this. Okay, so that's as a fold, a fabric fold. So I'll do that and then fill that in, not fully, just in little areas, because I want some of the red to come through and I want it darker in places. Oops, I've gone over the line. You won't go over the line. I'm going quick for you. Okay, and then all you do is take your chisel nib from your red marker and go right over the top. And when you go over the top, it magically turns that grey into a burgundy shade. So you've got the shading on his cape. So you can put the grey as an underlayer over the top with the red, and that's how you get your shadow and shade in there. I'm not going to do the whole thing. All right. Can you see how you've got that shadow and shade in there? And it just goes burgundy?
Yeah.
And then you just build it up. And the thing is with alcohol, you don't do one layer, so you do this and then you go back and you put in more shadow and shade where you think you need it. What you need to do is let it dry between each layer.
Okay.
And of course, because we've got the little bullet nib on the side, if you come up to fine detail, you can outline that detail before you go around with your chisel nib.
Wonderful. I really like that.
And so you can do it the other way too. You can do the red, so let's do that, and then you can go over the top with the grey if you want to as well. It's absolutely phenomenal. You're going to have a great time with these, Becky. I got a kit to test, and I sat down one night at home at the dining room table to do them. and I was lost. I was mesmerised. I just couldn't stop using them. I just wanted to keep going and keep going and keep going. There was just so many things I wanted to do. So we can come over the top of the red with the grey and add shadow and shade in, and then we can flick that out a little bit there. So you've got that, and then we can come up here and we're going to have some shadow where his hand is. That's going to cast a shadow there. His wand is also going to be casting a shadow, so I'm just going to fake that there, and then I'm going to come back over that with my red chisel, and that will fade that out because I've put the depth in, and it'll tone that down and bring it in to feel like it's part of that red shawl on his cape. Now, one thing I will say to you is what you might notice is I'm actually colouring this onto some scrap. Make sure you've got scrap underneath because your alcohol colouring will come through.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want it to pool. So just always have some scrap underneath when you're working on it. You won't have the out of the lines bits because I've been rushing, but there you go. So you would continue, and this is what you would get. And then with the other Harry Potter kits, I mean, that's Harry. Then we've got the fantastic, look at that.
That's amazing.
And that's only doing, look, can I just show, this is doing exactly what I've just done. It's the skin tones, but look at the grey in the shadows. Don't be afraid to use the grey. Using that QR code on the back of the packaging is going to show you exactly how to get all of this light and shade. Look at the grey on his clothes. It's using the grey to make him stand out off the page. And then Forks, which is incredible, isn't it? Look at that, it looks like fire. And all of this is the grey undertone that I've just done on the Harry cape to give you that shade in his feather.
That is impressive. My goodness. Barbara says, oh, Leann, Harry never looks so good. Vanessa says, Leann, this is so clever, and making the shades is brilliant. Michelle McCarthy's in, and she's saying she's supposed to be doing some prep, but she can't stop watching Leann. It's absolutely amazing colouring. Melanie D says, I love watching Leann colour. I think everybody is mesmerised. And we do have a quick video to show you. If you like that, you'll love this. Wow, watching that, doesn't that make you, I have to say, I'm champing at the bit to open up these and start having a go. Fantastic. I think everyone in the comments is doing the same. We also have some other kits here working on the same kind of principle in that you're going to be getting different designs in here in that black outline and also in the grey outline, and a selection of classics, illustrators and a fine 0.3 art liner. The first one we've got here is your Celestial Maidens. So if you're into your manga, these are the things to go for. This is absolutely lovely. This next one here is your Adventures in Colouring. We've down at the bottom, we've got Comic Heroes, and we've got The Way of the Samurai. Again, you'll get all of the tutelage in there. You get all of the expertise in order for you to create and design or finish off these designs. If I turn around the back so you can see here, again, you're going to be getting these different designs in the black outline and also in the grey outline, and you're going to get a selection of your illustrators and your classiques in there, as well as that art liner. Amazing deal. So basically you're buying 3 and getting 1 for free in this collection here. £89.97 or £119.97. Platinum price is $71.98 or $95.98. Fantastic. Wendy says, I adore greys. I've never used them until I took Leann's class. Thanks, Leann. I wouldn't have thought that you could make grey work with everything else. But obviously, as you're saying, if you haven't got a darker shade, you put a bit of grey in, and with your other colour alcohol markers over the top, and it works. That's
100%.
Brilliant. Yeah.
It's marvellous, isn't it? It's like magic, it really is. It just gives you, and I always say to everybody, don't be scared of dark areas. And a lot of people are very scared of putting really dark areas into their colouring because they think they're going to ruin it or it's going to overpower it. Actually, the dark, putting the deepest dark in makes the light lighter. And that's how you get the depth and shade. That's how you get the light and dark in an image. And it's not by lighting it, because then you've got no colour. It's by putting the deep in to the areas where it is really dark, and that makes the light look lighter. All of that covered in the QR code to help you out with that by lightening areas and getting a smooth blend, etc. So don't worry about remembering it. You've got the QR code in every box, which will take you to all of the in-depth tutorials. I just had to show you this last one, which I didn't pick up, from the Harry Potter kits before, the Mer People. Look how fantastic
That's incredible.
that looks. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just honestly, unbelievable what you can do with these. It really is fabulous. Now, moving on, the kit content's the same. So before I get to the kit content, I want to show you these because I want to really show you how these look once they're coloured in.
Wow.
And the colouring of them exactly as I've just shown you for the Harry Potter. No more difficult than that. I'll show you all of the artwork in the kit in a second. So you can see there's Batman, and these again all from the licensed line art archive from DC. So not re-illustrated for these kits by anyone. We have actual DC line art that we've been allowed through a license to put into these kits for you. So you're creating with the authorised original artwork yourself at home, which is truly phenomenal and such a privilege. So you're able to then recreate yourself with the colours that we've put in here from, I didn't realise that was the Joker's girlfriend.
Yeah, Harley Quinn.
Is it? I didn't know that. There we go. You learn something new every day's a school day, isn't it? My husband's, one of his favourite DC characters.
Yeah.
Is Spider-Man DC or is he Marvel?
I
think he's Marvel, isn't he?
Yeah.
Superman and Spider-Man, his two favourites, closely followed by Batman. Every time a movie comes out, we have to sit and watch it. Now, I've just got to show you this, right? So when we say to you that we're putting premium alcohol markers into a kit, there's a reason for that. And the reason is an alcohol marker is not like a regular felt tip you get in any of the high street stores, because it's premium quality dye with a solvent which gives you smooth lay down. And the reason we're doing it with the alcohol markers in the kits are they're true, they're authentic to how the original artwork would have been created. So alcohol markers, that kind of marker, are graphic artist tools, and so original artwork for movies, for cartoons, for comics, etc., in the past when they were all hand-drawn before computer generation would have been done with an alcohol marker, which allows you to get all of this light and depth and shade. If you try to recreate this with a felt tip, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, just flat.
Look at that S on the chest. Look at the blue around it. It's not the same, is it?
No, not at all.
You can't do it. You just cannot. You cannot. It is physically impossible with a water-based felt tip to be able to do the same thing. And that's why we keep talking about having the premium markers in the kit for you. She, my favourite. What was her name? Linda
Carter.
Linda Carter. Wonder Woman. I wanted a gold lasso.
I've always wanted to have the body to wear those hot pants.
Yes, me too. Never have. Never have, never will. But you can dream, can't you? I loved Wonder Woman when I was a girl. So we're going to start with the Wonder Woman kit. Why not? I'm going to be self-serving. And then we might get Superman out and Batman out and we can have a look. So let's have a look at what we get inside. Again, you're getting your classiques, you're getting your Illustrator markers, you're getting your fine line pen, and then you're getting all of this artwork, and you're getting it in the dark outline and in the light. That I love. It's incredible. Have you seen the new Wonder Woman movies with what's her name in?
No, but I was saying one of my friends was one of he was one of the stunt people in it, so he taught them all how to shoot.
Oh, amazing!
But not Gal Gadot, all the others. He taught them how to shoot.
Oh, of course. I absolutely love. Look at that. See, I would be framing this and putting it up at home on the wall. I think it's absolutely incredible. And just while we talk about framing it and putting it on the wall, it seems opportune to talk about what you can do with these licensed kits, doesn't it? So you are free to use these licensed kits in any creative way you see fit for your personal use. So if it's for you, knock yourself out and do what you like with it. What we're not able to do is sell that on in any way. So we're not able to recreate and sell for any kind of profit. We can't sell at all. But you can be as creative as you like for your own personal use at home. You could put a daisy background in the back of here if you wanted to. You can mash a couple of colours together. You can not stay true to the colours of Wonder Woman, colour whatever you want for your own personal use at home. Knock yourself out, do what you like. What we can't do with any of these kits is onward sell.
Okay.
And I just thought it would be a nice little moment to let you know what you can and can't do when you're getting these kits home.
Okay, brilliant.
Here we go now, we're on to the grey line art. And then also, of course, in here you have got your leaflet, which we had in Harry Potter as well. Which is absolutely great. So all of those images, now that's a good pile of stuff, isn't it, to colour in. It's not like 3. Normally when you get a kit like that, Becky, you get 2 or 3 and then you're a bit disappointed because the bits of paper have run out before your markers and then you've got nothing left and you can't print them off and you don't know what you're going to colour. There's not enough pieces inside. I love the fact that there's a fantastic amount in here to really get the most out of your markers. You've got your leaflet as well. You've got all of your instructions inside. And you've got your QR code, and it's really easy. It gives you a plethora of really detailed how-tos. We'll show you that right now with this video. So, what we've got is all of the different illustrators and classiques in here. We can lay that colour down smoothly, build up that texture and dimension. It's a flawless, smooth coverage, is what we've just been talking about, of why an alcohol marker is so much more important than a felt tip. You add up your layers, so you let each layer dry and go back in with the colour over the top to deepen in depth that shade. You can also use your greys as well, and then it'll blend to a lovely smooth transition. You can overlay and mix colours to get a new colour, as you've just seen me do with the grey and the red to get the burgundy, and then you can blend between different types of hues as well, so like blues and purples, you can get a transition between them too if you want to. Your grey to make tones of a colour, we've just talked about that with the Harry Potter cape. And then you can see we can lighten existing colours exactly as I did with Harry Potter's skin by putting a lighter colour over the top of the original skin colour. So all of those things you're used to hearing me talk about when you're colouring yourself, when you're using just regular stamps and alcohol markers, but then of course it then relates to this in a more professional way, because we're taking professional techniques and using them in craft. Now you're taking professional techniques and using them with professional licensed line art from some of the most loved fan art collections I think that are out there. Everybody knows who Wonder Woman is. Everybody knows who Harry Potter is. Everybody's heard of Batman, Spider-Man, the Joker, Dobby. You know, they're just household names, aren't they? They're iconic. And being able to have that iconic artwork at home for you to colour with, I think is a great opportunity. It's a little bit of a privilege, but also very affordable at the prices we've got.
Absolutely. Particularly when you say, you know, these are artist grade materials you're getting in here. It's not like, you know, like you say, it's not high street felt tip pens and, you know, that thin paper that everything sort of rips through when you're rubbing them with your pens. And they are extraordinary. I do have a question.
Yes.
It's my question, actually.
Okay.
It's no one else's question. Would you, when you get them home, would you start off with the black outlined ones and then transition to the grey ones as your colouring got better?
That is a fantastic question, and yes. Because with the black ones, and I'm going to use the black one again now, with the black ones, they've got that shade. You just follow the shade, and it helps you with that. And then the grey ones, when you're starting to feel a little bit more confident and you're going to fill in, that's for a new starter. If you're already a really great colourist and you're just wanting to have a great time with this licensed artwork, start wherever you like. But if you are new, or if you're giving it to someone who hasn't coloured before, start with the black and transition onto the grey, for sure. But again, that QR code with all of that in-depth tutorial in there, it's really going to be helpful and usable for you. It's going to hold your hand along the way and help you really get the most out of these kits. So I'm going to do Wonder Woman.
Okay. You've got to do the spinning around at the same time.
I mean, I could, but I mean, it would be embarrassing for Linda if she's watching, because I would do it better. So I'm going to save our blushes and not do it, Becky.
Have you got those special bracelets? That stop the bullets, don't they? Yeah.
Absolutely. I wanted gold. Oh my word.
Everyone can tell we're the same age, Leann.
They can tell. And I would practice with my skipping rope the
whipping.
The whipping, yeah. I became quite accomplished, I have to say.
Did you?
Yeah, that's another story. So I'm going to now do her hair, and you'll see here that with Wonder Woman, her hair here, you've got all of that beautiful flow in there. It's already done for you with this original illustration. So all you have to do now is add a little bit of colour in there, and her black hair, because it was so black, had blue flashes in it, as it does. So all we're going to do is take our blue Classique marker, the chisel end, and I'm just going to go in and find areas where I want to add in little bits of blue. Now you can do it with your chisel, or you could take your fine point and be really specific, and you're just going to follow along those waves, find places, don't fill it all in, leave some places white, and just go in and fill in little bits of blue flash in her hair.
It was a lasso of truth.
A lasso of truth, yes, that's right. And then people couldn't lie to her, could they?
And Rachel says, imagine what the benefit of a lasso of truth would be in the law of court of Leann.
You're absolutely right, Linda. Do you know what? We need to develop that, don't we? A craft, a lasso of truth. Okay, leave that with me. I think I've got the factories who can. That would be fabulous, wouldn't it?
That would be great, I like that.
I'm feeling a bit mischievous with that now. I'm imagining what we would be able to do with the lasso of truth. So I'm just going along and picking some areas there we want to get the blue flashes in. And if you want to, deepen them, if you want to take some of the brightness of the blue out in places, you can go over with a grey. We've talked about that, haven't we, in terms of putting depth in. And great, because you can just go over the black lines. It doesn't, you really do not have to be precise or careful with this at all, and very easy to do. But actually, I'm going quiet now because I'm enjoying it. And this is the problem when you're colouring on TV like this, trying to keep the conversation flowing, when actually you're just having a really nice time. So you see, you just keep putting the blue in, you leave some white areas, her hair comes alive. Now, again, with the skin, that would be the same as we did for Harry. Yep. But let's just have another quick look, why not? So we can go to this one, and then it would be exactly the same. You'll pick your darker colour and you'll put in your depth and then go in and lighten it in places. So we'll give her an arch in her brow, and we'll come in around the headband and put that in there. It's
amazing how much movement there are in these pictures. Lots of them, they're not just static images, they've got a huge kind of movement in there. And I suppose that then lends itself to all of those different tones that you'll be able to create, all those different shadows.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at those cheekbones. I'd die for those cheekbones.
So look, all I've done is, with my brush tip, just literally chiselled in some flashes. Wow. It's not hard, Becky. No. It's so easy to do. It's the quality of the brush nib. It's having the right colours in the collection for you to be able to do this. And then all we're doing is putting that little bit of chiselling in place. So when we're talking about making a map of where your colour's going to go, what we do with the map is just decide what's going to be dark and what's going to be light. Where is there going to be light? Where is there going to be shade? We're going to have a little bit of shade on this side of her face there, and then we're going to see how we get on. So then we go to our lightest colour, and now we start to fill in some of that around. And again, just using your brush tip, go in and start to fill it in. Don't be afraid to leave a couple of little white areas in there. If you're adverse to white, you can fill in the whole thing. It isn't going to hurt, and we're just going to fill in the colour all around. And then we can go back in and put in some more depth in a second, and we'll use some grey, and we'll use this lighter marker. Now, if you buy more than one kit, you can use the markers out of other kits on this one. Yeah. So if you've got a lighter skin tone in one of the other ones and you want to use that, nothing's stopping you from doing that, if that's what you'd like to do. So entirely up to you. So you just pop in, put your colour in, and then go in with your darker one and pop in the chiselling and shading again. And then just decide, might be a little bit of shade under here and around that side of her nose, and keep building it up. And then what I like to do is let it dry. If you keep going keep going, keep going. You just bleach out all of the colours. So good to let it dry in between layers as you're doing that. So that's at the point where it needs to dry for a little bit.
Okay.
I've lost my blue Classique. What have I done with it? Oh, it's here. There we are. She's going to have blue eyes. So we can use our fine tip to go in here. Pop her blue eye in. And then actually with one of my Classiques, I've got a darker one here. I'm actually going to go in and put in just some bits of deeper shade. And you'll see that it really does, even just putting that in there has started to give that extra chisel to her face. It's just small amounts of deep shadow that you haven't to be scared of, because they really will help you on your journey. And if you want to lighten it, you just take your lighter colour and go over the top. What that does is lighten and smooth it all in. And you can see how that starts to really make the face pop from the page. So yeah, really, really great. And actually much easier than you would think they're going to be, Becky. Very, very achievable. And don't be afraid to leave little white areas. On this other one, when Nicola did it, she's obviously a lot braver than I am, because she left a lot more white. But my word, doesn't it work? And I think sometimes when you're colouring an image like that, it can be scary just to leave big white patches. But, you know, if you do, that's what makes everything else pop off the page. Now, of course, Nicola is a very experienced artist and colourist. She's a phenomenal artist. The line art is from DC, from the original banks, but then Nicola has gone and coloured them all for us so that you can see how easy it is. And she's also done a lot of the tutorials for you when you scan that QR code. And they're the types of results you can confidently achieve when you're at home for all of the characters in this DC collection. And I think that it's phenomenal, isn't it, how they come to life and how incredible they look. And you're getting all of these, you know, characters a choice of. And for each of the characters, multiple images in each box. So you've got all of the creativity and the premium tools at your fingertips.
Fantastic. Wow. I can see from the comments, people are just mesmerised by what you're doing here. Absolutely lovely. Everyone's in a colouring coma, is what I'm hearing, unsurprisingly. So we're going to I'm going to show you all of the different boxes that we've got, because we've got lots of different options here. This first one is the one you've just seen. This is the Wonder Woman set. So in all of these, you get the same kind of thing. You're going to get 5 Classiques, 5 illustrators, you're going to get your art liner, you're going to get 6 images with the black line art and 6 images with the grey art. But obviously all the colourways and the designs are going to be different for each one. But this is your first one. This is your Wonder Woman. £34.99 or $44.99. Platinum price is $27.99 or $35.99. Prices are all the same, so I won't go through them at each time. It's just me saying the same thing over and over again. This next one is your Batman. Works in exactly the same way, except you've got different colours in here and different designs. You can see the colours you're getting here, but all of those different types of pens with those different nibs to get those different effects. Really, I mean, these are just mesmerising. Seeing Leann create something very, very quickly was amazing. It took you no time at all to absolutely bring those characters to life. This next one is the Joker, in that beautiful sort of bright green, dark purple and the orange colours. You've got some really close-up images of the face here, which I really like. She can really go to town with that, and amazing to do all that shading, because they are quite, you know, they're quite chiselled features in all of these different characters that we've got here. The next one I'm going to go to is your Harley Quinn. Again, you're getting all of the colours that work with this particular character. I love the fact that we're seeing how to create all of those different tones with the greys in there. And of course, as Leann says, if you're buying more than one, you'll be able to use other colours in each collection with each other. And again, you're getting the line art images in the black and also the grey. Then we have Superman. Amazing. Looking at that image, I mean, we just sort of take it for granted, but then we start actually looking at all of those different muscles on his body and how they've been created with all those different tones. It is amazing. Really lovely design that you've got here with all of those colours as well. Next one is your Flash. You've got this here with all of those beautiful bright reds that you've got in here. Great for doing a lot of a metal kind of design on this one with that bright yellow. All the prices for all these are $34.99, $44.99. Platinum price is $27.99 or $35.99 as well. Now, those are the DC ones, but we also have Harry Potter ones as well in here. We're going to show the Harry Potter ones quickly. Yeah? Let's show Harry Potter. We can't forget about Harry Potter. Harry Potter. This is the main one for Harry Potter with all the Harry Potter characters in here, all those colours. Again, you're getting the classics, your illustrators, that fine line markers, and you're getting 6 images in the black tones and also in the grey. Then we move on to magical creatures with the pixies, the mer people, the basilisk, and the grindylows. I knew I'd remember what they were called. I got them all. But I mean, look at that. Look at this kind of design. You would look at that immediately and think, wow, that's really clever. Looking at those techniques that Leann has just shown us and the tutelage you'll be able to find looking at that QR code, you too are going to be able to create things like that. Again, you're going to get all those different colours in there. And then finally, the last one is your magical companions. The one with the hippogriff, buckbeak, hedwig, and also Dobby that you've got in here. Amazing, $34.99, $44.99. Platinum price is $27.99 or $35.99. Lovely. We also have the Pro Art Kits, which are the ones that are here. We've got these on a fantastic deal. So you're basically buying 3 and you're getting 1 for free. These work in the same sort of way, but they're more sort of manga sort of designs that you've got in here. So once again, you're getting your illustrators, your classics, your pro line, your in black. So you have your Celestial Maidens, you have your Adventures in Colouring, you have your Ways of the Samurai, and you also have your manga and comic heroes. Basically, you're buying 3, you're getting 1 for free. £89.97 or $119.97. Platinum price is $71.98 or $95.98. CC says, Leann, I picked up the Joker. My 7-year-old grandson is an incredible artist and a fan of the Joker. He is going to be thrilled.
He is going to be thrilled because I think whether you are or are not an artist, these kits are perfect for everybody, because if you are an artist, you'd appreciate the quality of the line art that's in there, the licensed artwork, the licensed line art from artists of DC and Warner Brothers that we've got in there, and you're going to love colouring that in. And if you're not an artist and you couldn't do line art like that yourself, then of course you've got the fantastic line out there for you to just use the premium markers with and colour in and get those fabulous results. Now, these are our Colour Like a Pro kits, and these I think are also fabulous, Becky, and these are illustrated and coloured by Nicola Yao.
Yep.
She's such a phenomenal artist, and it brings that kind of manga fan type, you know, that love, that kind of, it's Japanese, isn't it? It's like, you know, all of that lovely art. I love manga, and for a long time, manga rubber stamps were hugely popular in the craft world. And so if that's the kind of thing you like, you have got a fabulous amount of that artwork in these kits. And this is just one of the kits we're looking at here. And I'm looking at...
Ways of the Samurai?
Yeah, I think yes. Top left. I can't see it.
It looks like a samurai image, that one, doesn't it?
Oh, Ways of the Samurai. I'll cover it with the top of my box. Yes, Way of the Samurai. Thank you, Becky. That's exactly what we're looking at. And you see here the quality of the line art, but also what Nicola's done is give you the insinuation of where the shade and the fold and the texture needs to go in the folds of the clothing, and left it for you to be able to express your own interpretation of these characters as well. And of course, in each of these boxes, you've got your 5 illustrator and 5 classic markers. You've got them in the black outline and the grey outline, as we've talked about. And you can, with these, do whatever you want in terms of personal expression and onward use. It's entirely up to you. So incredible pieces of artwork in here, and work in exactly the same way as the kits that I've been showing you in terms of how to colour them. You also get in here your instructions, exactly as we had before, and your QR code for detailed tutorials on how to get the best out of them. Every single kit has your 5 illustrators and your 5 classiques. They're absolutely glorious, and the results that you get are the same every single time. I think it's nice to have a look in some of these kits and see the different pieces of artwork you've got. Actually, Becky, because I think
a couple of questions we've had from earlier, people saying, have they seen some of these images before? Have they been in a similar?
These are new
images.
Something
similar.
I think similar, but not these.
Not
these.
We've had manga type things in the past.
In some of our discovery kits, and we've had them from Nicola before.
Right.
And that's probably why you're thinking, have we seen them before? Actually, this is all new and original artwork from Nicola, but it's in the style that she does so well, so it might be why it looks familiar to you. This is my favourite kit. This is...
Celestial Maidens?
Thank you. The Celestial, thank you, Becky. Celestial Maidens is definitely my favourite kit.
That's beautiful. They're like, almost like manga princesses, aren't they?
Aren't they? Exactly what they are. Manga princesses. They're princesses with attitude. I love them. They're so fabulous. I know when my granddaughters are a little bit older and they're colouring, she's going to absolutely love colouring these in, because she is a princess with attitude as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm encouraging it, Becky.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm encouraging all the sass and all the attitude.
I think as a grandparent you can't you?
You can. Yeah. As a grandparent you can.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if like really shouldn't be encouraging her to do that. I'm like, no, she's spirited. We're encouraging the spiritedness.
And got an artistic temperament. So I used to say that to my parents a lot when I stomped about. I have an artistic temperament, that's why I'm in such a bad mood. That's the excuse I'm using.
I'm going to use that one as well. That's fantastic. She is spirited with an artistic temperament. Which is, we've got this one now. I love looking through these pieces of artwork. So this one is Adventures in Colouring. Now this is a great one actually to start with if you want some variety, and of course every single one of these kits has your instructions, it has your 5 classiques and 5 illustrators and an art liner, perfect for the colours that you need. Every single one of them. The artwork in here, because it's Adventures in Colouring, does give you bits of different types of artwork to have a try. It is like, oh, I love that one.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Fabulous. It really is like an adventure. So you can colour all those bubbles different. You can experiment with the hair colour, the skin colour, the texture, the eyes, and you can put the pupils wherever you want them to be with your art liner in there.
Didn't think about that, yeah.
Which gives different expression depending on where you put them, in which direction they're going. And then, of course, you've got them all in that grey outline as well. And when you're doing that with your art liner, do your alcohol colouring first and go over your art liner last to put that in, because you don't want to ruin it all. Okay.
Can you use white gel pens over the top of them?
You
for
can.
highlights as well?
Yes, if you've got your white gel pens, your acrylic markers, you can absolutely use those over the top. Of course you can. And, you know, if you've got full sets of alcohol markers at home, there's nothing to stop you using some of those colours. You're not restricted to only the colours that you get in the kit. These are the colours that Nicola has used to create the pieces of artwork that you'll see in the QR code for the coloured finished examples. But if you've got more of our illustrators or classics at home and you want to use them, then you can. I'm going to go through this one quickly. This is Manga and Comic Heroes. Look at him. She's beautiful. So the quality of this artwork, Nicola is just an exceptional artist. So brilliant to get these as well, alongside your DC and Warner Brother, I think. Just truly stunning and beautiful. And you can, of course, you get your 5 illustrator, 5 classic, your black and grey outline in all of those in the kit. Your QR code with detailed and in-depth instructions on how to colour them all in. I think it's a great Christmas gift coming up to the Christmas gifting season. I think it's absolutely perfect. I think they're affordable. I just think it's incredible in terms of a mindful, relaxing experience which encourages and inspires some creativity and just gives you some peaceful you time. I think it's marvellous for that, Becky.
Fantastic. I have learned so much, Leann. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I think everyone has been mesmerised by the type of thing that you're bringing to us. And like you say, you're giving these artist qualities but making it accessible to everybody to be able to create things like this. Amazing. Really enjoyed this show.
I have too. Now I'm going to hand over to another phenomenal colourist and one of my very favourite people, because she might have a very different take on these to me. So I'm going to hand over the baton to the very gorgeous Debbie Fisher, and she's going to tell you why she loves all of these kits, and she'll be back with you very soon, Becky.
Thank you very much. Thanks, you. Appreciate that. And we will see you just in a couple of moments with Debbie. Fantastic. wow. I have to say, every time I hear that music, honestly, yeah, the goosebumps prickle on the back of my neck. It's so exciting because it's the first time we've been able to bring you this kind of licensed designs with these fabulous products that we have at Spectrum Noir. I am absolutely loving this. I had a quick question that came from Beverly regarding these ones here, which are we've got the Celestial Maidens, Adventures in Colouring, Manga, and we've also got the Ways of the Samurai, asking about the colours. Are the colours the same? I don't know if there are any overlapping, but they are different ones because they are made specifically to go with each one of these. So you'll get different ones. You possibly may get overlaps. If you bought all of them, there would inevitably be some overlaps because there are some colours that will be duplicated. But generally speaking, they have been created specifically with these designs in mind, and they are absolutely stunning. So this selection that you've got here, there's actually 4 different packs. You're buying 3 and you're getting 1 for free. Each one of them contains the illustrators, the classics, that art liner, as well as 6 different designs in the black outline and also in the grey outline, meaning that they are really accessible, really easy for people to use and develop their colouring journey. Right, Leann's disappeared. Debbie's here! Woo! Hello, Debbie, how are you?
Oh, hello, everyone. I'm really good. I'm very excited to be here. Leann just left me with all this, and I'm like, I want to scoop it all up and just absorb everything. But we are going to get some colouring done. So, yeah, if you've got any questions, if you've got any that you'd like to see coloured a bit, let us know or let Becky know, and we'll go from there. Yeah, an hour, Becky, and it's going to be great. It's nice to see you as well.
I know, yeah. We had a very brief chat, didn't we, before we both went on air. Yes, it's lovely to see you here. I'm looking forward to catching up in the house later on tonight. The first one we're going to have a look at are the Harry Potter sets. So we're going to start with Harry. Harry Potter. That is my Harry Potter impression. Not a very good one, but there you go. This is, there are different images in here of Harry during his exploits, is what I would call them. In here, you're going to be getting your illustrators. You're going to get 5 illustrators, 5 classics, and your art liner, as well as those images in a black outline and in a grey outline. If I turn them around the other way, you can see all of the different designs that you're going to be getting in here and all of those colours. As I said before, if you bought all of these, you possibly would have some overlap with the colours. Each of the colours has been specifically picked out in order for them to make sure that these images, these licensed images, look correct with the Harry Potter images here. £34.99 or $44.99. Platinum is $27.99 or $35.99. We're going all of them at the same price. They all follow the same format. Now, when I say that sometimes you get boxes and things like this, and they're mostly packaging, this is really not the case. This is very heavy. There is a lot of things in here, and you'll be seeing that in a minute when you have a look at them individually with Debbie. You'll see, you're getting full-size pens. It's not like we've given you like a mini version of our pens. You're getting full-size pens in there. So that's the Harry Potter one. This next one is your Magical Companions, where you have Buckbeak, Hedwig, you've also got the Forks of Phoenix, and you've got a couple of images there of Dobby, who is forever a free elf. And you've got your colours in here as well. Again, working with those colours. And I think this one, for me, would probably be the one that would be the most challenging, because you've not just got skin tones in there, you've also got feathers and scales as well. But all of these, they are going to work with different ways, different levels of how you create things. And I think there's a great starting point on here. Next one here is your magical creatures. In here you've got pixies, grindylows, merpeople, basilisk, loads of different kinds of creatures you're going to be creating, and different colours you're going to be using again. Whilst you're going to get those 5 classics, 5 illustrators and that art liner, you're also going to be getting 6 different images in the black outline and also in the grey. $34.99, $44.99, £27.99 or $35.99 is your platinum price. Debbie, which is your favourite?
Do you know what? I don't really have a favourite, but I have to say, I'm not really a superhero girl.
Right.
I've grown up with it because my brother is Marvel, DC, mad.
Really?
Yeah, he absolutely loves it. So I've grown up with it and it's always been in my life. Wonder Woman has definitely always been, for me, that is your childhood person that you always aspire to. You want to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be Wonder Woman? So I love that. But you've got to love Harry Potter,
Absolutely.
haven't you? And so I think, yeah, possibly Harry Potter. I love this set because I think having Dobby, my granddaughter, I'm going to try and find you a photo for later because my granddaughter, so my daughter's 16th birthday, she's 21, so 5 years ago, my granddaughter, and she's 8 now, so she would have been 3, she dressed up as Dobby. So I need to find the picture. I'll find the picture of her because she dressed up as Dobby, but she had a Harry Potter, we had a Harry Potter themed 16th birthday. So yeah, we all dressed up as Harry Potter, and I'll have to show her cake as well that my daughter made. But yeah, so I'll find that. So I love this one. So we're going to start with this one. What I also love about them, Becky, is the amount you get in them. We've definitely not skimped on this.
No, definitely
I
not.
love the fact that we're giving you plenty to work with. So let me take out exactly what is in this kit, because not only are you getting our exceptional illustrator markers, which we all absolutely love, and the reason being is the nib on these are incredible. You've got a brush nib like no other. Now this nib is a fine Japanese art illustrator nib, probably worth more than the pen and ink put together.
Really?
Yes, it's the nib that we pay for on the illustrators. It is incredible. These are the pens that you want to put in somebody's hand to use because they are so beautiful to work with. That brush nib is like no other. It is amazing. And then you get, so especially for illustration purposes, but also just for fine detailed work, you've got that really small bullet nib. Now that bullet nib is smaller than the one that's on the classics.
Right.
So they're all different nibs, and I love that because you've got your brush nib, you've got your small bullet nib, then you go on to your classics where you've got that chisel nib, which is amazing. So for a big lay down of colour, that's a great nib to have. And then you've got your other bullet nib, but this one is bigger than what it is on your illustrator. So you're getting 4 different nibs in this set, which is incredible in itself. So I absolutely love that. You're also getting your art liner. So art liners are brilliant. You've seen our Sheena use the art liners. They're good for watercolours, they're good for alcohol, they just work for everything. So they're amazing. So great to add in any detailed work. And the more confident you get with your pens, the more you'll start to use your art liners, which are amazing. So that's the main sort of thing you're getting, but then this is where we look at everything else. Not only do you get the most amazing illustrated pieces here, and can I also add as well, and I know Leann's probably already told you, the quality of this cardstock is second to none. When you think about our Nina cardstock, think of this 10 grade more.
Right.
This is amazing cardstock, and it's been specially developed with these images in mind. It is absolutely top quality, and you'll know when you get it home, it feels like quality. It's amazing. And you're getting all these different images. I mean, look at Dobby. I mean, just who would not want to colour these in? I think this is a great set to go for. I don't even think you need to be a Harry Potter fan to be colouring these in. Love this. Is this Buckbeak?
That's Fawkes.
No, it's who?
That's Fawkes the Phoenix.
Fawkes the Phoenix, yes. This is Buckbeak, isn't it?
No, that's Fawkes still.
Oh, that's Fawkes as well?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know.
That's
don't know.
Buckbeak.
That's Buckbeak. I was just looking at the actual thing. That's what I was thinking. Yes, absolutely. Not even gonna attempt them. Look at that. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Now you get your dark art line, and then you get your grey art line. So this one has been developed so you can put more into it. You can be more creative over the lines. You can make this your own, almost like that really fine line drawing that you sketch out before you start to paint it or colour it. And I think that's what these do. So I would say definitely start with the dark liner and then go on to your fine liner, your grey liner, and you're getting all of those in that additional grey line, which is amazing. So everything you see in those last ones, you're getting in these, which is just incredible. I absolutely love them. And then to top it all, Becky, you've also got your booklet here. Now this booklet is, again, quality in itself. You've got a QR code on here that you can scan. It's going to take you to the professional professionals who are teaching you step by step how to create all these different blending techniques for your smooth coverage, right through your depth and your shade, right through to blending your colours. It's just an amazing little booklet, this one, and your QR code's on the back there. Now, let's bring in our Phoenix. I'm going to do this one. It's quite a big one, but we'll do bits of it as we go through because I love this image. So let's take this one.
Which is your favourite Harry Potter film?
Oh, that's easy. The Chamber of Fires. Goblet of Fires.
Goblet of Fire.
Chamber of Secrets, Goblet of Fires. Goblet of Fires, I love it.
Yeah, I like that one
I
as
absolutely
well.
love it. It's, it is definitely my favourite. My least favourite is the 7th one, which is the first part of the last one, and I found it a bit dark and...
Well, yeah, I mean, they did get darker and darker as they went by, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So, but yeah, I love them all, though. I do love them. So I'm going to bring in some different ones here. So we're going to start with, we've got that really gorgeous poppy yellow, so we've got our canary. We've also got our cherry red, and then let's bring in this one. We've got our, not that one, this one here. This one is our red. Can you believe I've forgotten my glasses? Of all the shows to use, Becky, I've actually forgot my glasses. I've come out in such a rush today because I was worried about the weather.
Make up the colours.
Make up the colours?
Yeah, just say this is a... No.
This is a red, dark red yellow. There you go.
They're Phoenix colours.
I'm more worried about colouring though, not so much the pens. Right, so I've got my greys, and I've took my 2 greys here. I love the fact that we're getting all these different nibs. So we've got a lighter grey and our darkest grey. It means I can start to do the face, but what I want to do is show you the feathers first, because you were saying earlier about how difficult these could be. But actually, having these type of pens and being able to colour with makes it sort of super easy. So what we're going to do first of all, we know where the shape of the face is going to be. So from where the face is, we're going to just start coming in with that yellow. I mean, a really beautiful pop of yellow there, and just coming out. Now, you can colour directly on, and I sort of like to use sort of small motions. You can also do flicking technique. Now you can do that with both. You can do it with your bullet nib and your brush nib, but it's actually better doing it with your brush. So I'm putting a fair lay down of colour there. Then I'm going to come in and we're going to use our red. So this is our dark red blend. I'm going to move this round, and we're just going to start to, in fact, I'm going to bring it this way to flick into that colour.
Okay.
Because what that's going to do is it's going to do a transition for me into that yellow. Can you see how easy that's flicking in?
Yeah, that works,
So
doesn't it?
just beautiful amounts that you can, I mean, look at the colours are vibrant. They've been specifically chosen just to give you the most amazing laydown of colour. And then we're going to go back in with our yellow. So just going over the top, tickling those colours together. That's creating that sort of orangey colour in the centre. But it's given us that really bright lay down. And then what I would normally do, I would suggest you start to sort of let your colours dry, because the more your alcohol evaporates, the more your true colours will start to come through. So already we're starting, it's almost looking like a fire there, isn't it?
It really
and
is.
then we're going to go into our darker red. So this one is our dark red in 3. And we're going to come again, going to start to come into that one as well. So just coming through into there, into that first colour, and just adding in that darker red. So you've only got a sort of small transition, but it's enough just to give you that extra. But then what we've done, or say we, the royal we, because I've had no, you know, none of this was my idea. I only wish. We can then start to add some greys. Now, I know Leann's already shown you how to do some of this, but if you start bringing in some of your grey tones, this one is a darker grey, so it's our grey 5. I'm going to bring in our lighter grey, which is our ice grey 2. And I'm just going to put in some shaded area in here, because then we can start. So if I come in here and bring in that lighter shade, what that's going to do, it's going to then add to my red and give a really sort of deeper. I'm going to actually come in with the darker one. I think we can get away with a little bit of darkness in there, just around. And then what I can do is then come back in. I'm going to come back in with my darker red, and then we can blend that in.
We have a question that's come in from Stephanie.
Yep.
Stephanie says, my daughter said my granddaughter would probably like the Magical Companions kit. She loves to colour and sketch and is a big Harry Potter fan. She's sort of 12, 13. Is she going to be too young for this?
So my granddaughter is 8, and I'm going to buy her a set for Christmas.
Okay.
So, and I do my colouring with her. So what I would say for 13, it's a brilliant age to introduce them to colouring, an absolutely brilliant age. So no, I don't think she would be too young for it at all. I think if children are... if you do it with your children, any age is a good age, as long as they don't like, you don't want, so my Ava's 4, and she wouldn't be careful with her pens,
No.
and she doesn't put the lids back on,
Yeah.
and she scribbles a little bit and goes out of the line, and she doesn't care that she'd colour that whole thing in one colour. These pens are no good for that person, because they're too young to do that. Can you see now we've got all that shading going through
Incredible.
there?
That looks so effective.
So let's now continue, but do actually the actual face part. So I'm going to start off with that lighter one. So yeah, Becky, I would say anything. So my Ava has been, not Ava, Ruby has been colouring probably since she was 4, I would say, but with supervision with me. And from the age of 6, she can now colour in the lines, and she uses alcohol pens. And she's very good with them. So yeah, I think it's a really nice thing to do with children. I would just be mindful, because once they start, you're not going to get these pens away from them. Ruby doesn't like using, it's no good me giving her other pens, because she actually, because they're juicy. They lay down colour, they don't run out. It's like felt tip pens, there's no comparison. So yeah, I think it's a good age to start children. So what I'm doing here, can you see I've just left little highlights of white. I don't want to do my whole area without having any sort of highlights. So what we're doing is just continuing with that grey. Round his eye, I still want that, but I want that sort of lightness there. So I'm going to keep some light around the eye. So still having a little bit of white, but we're then going to take some of this around. And then we can bring in the darker grey, because I want to keep that quite grey. So we're just going to take that. And even though we've got our brush nib, you can still do the same sort of techniques as you can with your normal bullet nib. You can still colour in with them.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go around there, making that a little bit dark in that eye socket piece.
Maricel says, I just want to colour now, but I'm working from home, so I can't until break time. Anyone else having to wait before indulging in some colouring time? Yes, me. I'm sitting here, not sitting, I'm standing here watching, and I've just got itchy fingers, because I want to have a go.
And you actually love colouring, don't you, Becky?
I love colouring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and it's mindful, and it's just a nice craft to get into. And once you've got these, you're going to love. So can you see how we're creating all that definition in his face? It's really coming together. So it's just a case of following that darker line down. We're even going to go into that grey into his beak. But we're still preserving that highlight. So we're still leaving quite a bit of white. And it's just a case of sort of tickling the surface of where you want that to. So I want that to sort of look.
Who's your favourite character in the Harry Potter films?
Oh, it's got to be Dobby.
Do you think? Yeah?
I love Dobby.
Yeah,
yeah,
very sweet.
Yeah, I love Dobby. Apart from that, I love Ron.
Yeah.
I'm a real Ron fan. Yeah, I just love it. And when anyone says, I can't really say it, but do you know when he says, "Blooming hell, Harry." So every time someone says that, I always go, "Blooming hell, Harry," but I don't say blooming hell.
There's certain phrases, aren't there, that I always find quite funny. The one where Hermione says, "You have the emotional range of a teaspoon," I think is quite good. And that classic one, which I think she said is her favourite line from the films, where she says, "You're going to get us into trouble, and we'll get killed, or worse, expelled," which is quite iconic for Hermione. What about in the gallery? What is your favourite Harry Potter character?
The other one I like is, I love Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, yes. 'Cause the actress that played her, she's sort of my age.
Is she?
She was in her sort of 30s, wasn't she? She was in, she's much older than she looks. She looks about 15, but, and she was in Bridget Jones's Diary. She was one of Bridget's friends in that.
Oh, okay, I would never have noticed.
Rachel said Sirius was hers.
Sirius Black.
What about you, Johnny? What's your favourite? Because Charlotte doesn't know any characters. Oh, Johnny likes Snape. Yeah. I like Lucius Malfoy.
Oh, no, I don't like Malfoy
Do you not?
at all. No.
Yeah, Dad. Like the,
well, you like him for different reasons,
wafting
don't
around
you? Yes.
with a big cane and his flowing mane of hair.
Yeah, Bellatrix.
Yeah, I like a baddie. I have to say, I do like a baddie.
Yeah, I am like that in some things, but yeah, not in Harry Potter. No, Bellatrix is quite funny. We had two. My daughter was Bellatrix, and my friend was as well.
What, just in general temperament?
Oh no, sorry, dressed up for Kyra's party.
Oh, what did you dress up as?
Luna Lovegood.
Oh.
Or Lovegood. Is it Lovegood or
She was a great
Lovegood?
character as well.
Only because of my blonde hair. It was very simple.
Yeah.
I just got a cape, a Gryffindor cape, and I was set to go.
I dressed when my niece had her hen night at Harry Potter studio tour. I dressed her up, and I thought she'd be embarrassed. No, she wasn't. She didn't care. She was Harry Potter through and through. And in fact, even when I brought out all the stuff, she was already wearing a Harry Potter T-shirt. But she's a massive Harry Potter fan. This is a perfect gift for her, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to go in with some grey. Now, the great thing about this is you've got lots of your shading that's already been done for you. So all you're going to do is follow that shading. So wherever you've got some sort of line art, just add that grey to that line art there. It's literally a case of sort of flicking that through. And then that way, when you come to colour over it, you're going to get that really nice effect. It gives you depth, gives you dimension, and just makes it look really cool. So let's then just colour that in. We can literally go straight over. So straight over the top there. And then into this one. I think what I love about these, Becky, I think they've been really well thought out. And even though, you know, there's a lot of us that love colouring and are not bad colourists, I think there's something to be said for having something easy to follow and to make it look really amazing, because the detail in this is incredible. And I don't think you can sort of beat it with a lot of line work. I think these sort of images, especially Harry Potter, everybody wants to colour it in, don't they? And I don't think you have to be any skill level either. I think it's good to have that skill level, but actually I don't think it's needed at all. I think if you was to pick these pens up for the first time, you would be so impressed with them and so impressed that you're able to do this.
Yep.
So we'll just finish colouring this piece in. But you can see I'm just using those two reds. We've used that yellow, so just 3 pens then, and then we've used that beautiful grey pen to give us that depth underneath. And you can always go back in after. Sorry, Becky.
It's very quick. You put it together very quickly.
Yes. I mean, a lot of that is because our pens are so juicy. So they give you that most amazing laydown of colour straight away. Their blending capabilities are exceptional. And I just love them. And then, so what we've done here, if we then go back in, we can then still add that grey over the top. And that's going to really highlight where we've got that shading coming through. Oh, I love them. Love these so much. They're so cool to do. And you can sort of put it in again. So now I can see where that's starting to blend now. I can just add some of that detailed line back in with that grey. You can see how it's really highlighting on those feathers there. So what's your favourite character?
Well, I think I like Lucius Malfoy because I quite like.
Oh, so that is your favourite character? It wasn't much of a character though, was he, Becky?
I quite like the way he struts around. I don't know. I think Dobby is.
Yeah,
right. Dobby's
Dobby.
such an endearing character. When the last book came out, I was working and I'd pre-ordered my book, so it was ready for me to go and collect. So I got into work really, really early, and I'd sent my husband and the children out and away for a whole day because it was going to be my Harry Potter time. And I got home, had a cup of tea, sat down, and I just sat there and I carried on reading until I'd finished it. I had to read it in one whole go, even now, I can't read the last chapter in the book, and I can't watch the last scene in the film because it upsets me, because it's the end, and I don't like it. And when we went round to the Harry Potter tour, the part in the scene, the scene was at the station when they're older, and there were the mannequins with their clothes on, and I couldn't even walk down that part of the tour because it upset me so much.
That's really funny.
It's weird, isn't it? But it was just such it is such a magical world. I don't want it to end. So I was very glad when they brought out The Cursed Child. I really enjoyed watching that. I went to see that at the theatre and and I love all the subsequent films and books. They've been brilliant.
Oh, they are absolutely amazing. Right, now we can see that we've got all this sort of blended down here, but look how amazing that looks. Now we've sort of added in all that. But yeah, Johnny's just saying it's even good without my glasses. I'm having to really, really concentrate. But I love the effect that the grey has in there, and it will actually add so much more depth. So we'll literally just carry on with this little bit here before we then just go back to Becky, because it's one of those things, once you start colouring it in, you don't want to stop. The other thing is, Becky, look how quickly that has come together.
Really
it doesn't take long at all to add that sort of colour. So let's just pop.
I'll just say my favourite part of that is how you've done the beak. That has got so much in there that you've put in just with those preserved highlights.
Yes, absolutely. And you don't need to do much else. I mean, if you want to add some extra, and also, Becky, we've given you guidelines. So you've got guidelines from the actual, so if I look into here, you can see here, this one, obviously it's a shiny cover and it's really vivid in its colours, but you can see that it's given you an idea of what to colour in. But actually, there's nothing to stop you using your sort of greens on here. So if I wanted to bring in, there's a green in here. We could start then adding green into the around here and really get some even more depth into that yellow just by adding that green. You can literally add whatever you want. If I wanted to make it a completely different colour and want to do more greens in here, we can do that. The choice is absolutely yours. And actually, green is a really good colour as well to go with highlighting the actual grey as well. So if you wanted to put, we can have sort of green round his mouth there. And then you can start to really get even more depth. You see how it's really giving it that amazing sort of depth. So we're just giving you guidelines, but actually there is so much more that you could be adding into the mix, which is going to be quite incredible. And let's add a little bit more of the grey onto there, and then we can go over that green as well. So we're almost making it a sort of green-grey around that area. Just like that, and then into there, and there you go. You can see all that depth and dimension that we've got in there. Looks absolutely incredible, and honestly, it's no hocus pocus. It is really easy to lay down that colour in there and get really unique colour in every single time. So I absolutely love that, Becky.
That is incredible. Oh, I love those. Beautiful. Amazing. So you've got 3 different Harry Potter ones, Magical Creatures, Magical Companions and the Harry Potter. But we also have the DC comic items as well. They're heavy. We've got these here, all sorts of DC comics. Are we going to show the little video now? Or? We'll show you the little video now so you can see a bit of a time-lapse video as to how to put these together. Amazing. It does seem like it's some kind of magic spell, doesn't it? Watching all of those beautiful pictures that come to life, but you too can make them using the expertise that we've given you in these little packs or with the pens as well. I'm just gonna mix it up. I'm just gonna. Do you want me to mix it up? Shall I? I can do them right the other way. No? Okay. I'm gonna go to the flash. Going to go to the flash. They all follow, they're all the same price. So the price that you're going to see at the side of the screen is exactly the same price for all of these because you're getting effectively the same kind of package. You are getting 5 classics, 5 illustrators. You're getting your 0.3 art liner. You're also getting 6 images in both the black outline and in the grey outline. You're just getting a different character and you're getting different colours in each one. This one is the flash. You can see at the back here the kind of colourways that you're going to be getting. So basically the colours are individually picked to go with the particular character, the hero or the villain that happens to be in this one. Lots of images, there's lots of movement in all of these images, allowing you to really go to town with creating all the folds and picking up all those highlights in your colouring. The next one we're going to go to is your Superman. So we've got this one here. Once again, you've got the classics, the illustrators, the art liner, and you've got all of those images. Now these ones, I look at that, you know, look at all the muscles on there. Now we've been talking about using the greys to create those kind of shapes in there. You can see how, I wouldn't say easy, it's not easy, but you can see how it's being created. And this is going to be the way that you're going to be able to develop your skills as an artist. These are artist grade materials that you're getting in here. These are licensed images that you've got here. So they're the right proper images from DC Comics. They look amazing. Next one we're going to is Harley Quinn, which is this one here. Again, works in the same way. You're getting all the pens to work together with this character. Particularly interesting when we saw some finished drawings earlier on, looking at Harley Quinn's thighs, for want of a better term, but you're seeing how using the grey creates all those muscles in there. It's amazing. You start taking apart the design rather than just looking at face value, and you've got some really close-up images in there as well. The next one we're going to go to is the Joker. This one here. Again, different colours. You're going to be getting different colours in each one. They are all the same price, platinum price, £27.99 or $35.99. But they all are hand-picked to work with each of these characters. We're going to go to Wonder Woman next. Wonder Woman. This one here, great for all those skin tones in here. We saw when Leann was colouring in earlier on how quick they come together. You've got 6 images in the black outline and 6 in the grey, as well as that art liner and those classics and illustrators. And finally, we're going to go to Batman. This one here, again, lots and lots of movement in these images here. If I turn around, you can see these, you can see all those folds of the cape and all of his clothing. It's going to be great for doing all of those shading. Again, £27.99 is your platinum price or $35.99. Stephanie says she's got her order in after that. And Linda Fitzsimmons says, I had an op on my knee the day the last Harry Potter book came out. It arrived in the post in the morning and I read it continuously until 4 a.m. when I finished it. Oh my goodness. I really enjoy watching these, yeah. I couldn't put it down. Wow. I think I started reading at 1 and at 4:30 I'd finished.
I think the thing is, especially with Harry Potter, I mean, it's been, what, 20 years, I think?
20 years since the first film came out.
Wow. And it's still going strong. Yeah. And I think that's the thing. It's not going to be one of those that ever gets dated. In fact, I think because it's still going strong, it makes me still think like, oh, it couldn't have been that long ago. It still feels like it wasn't that long ago. But when you've watched those characters grow up, I think it's amazing throughout the whole films, which is incredible. And I think the same with all the other characters. The DC are quite incredible.
They've been, I mean, I think most of them are older than us.
Oh, absolutely. absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And yet still going strong.
So my big one was Batman. Did anyone watch the I mean, they were terribly dumb, but very funny. When they could pow and you know, was all sorts of words that they would say. But what's quite new, we've got new ones, which is Harlequin. So I thought we'd start there. I love Harlequin's character. I think she is she's just going to kick anyone down, isn't she? Any villains. So love this one. Now again, you're getting your pen set. So in each one, you are getting those equal sets of your illustrators and your classiques, which I absolutely love. So it gives you those 4 different bullet nibs and gives you those different colours throughout as well, and including your art liner as well. So absolutely love that you get all of those. Now your characters in here, again, you're getting your booklet. This is going to sort of talk you through all those different steps of how you're going to get your different colour hues, how you're going to mix colours, how you're going to get those layers and dimensions. So you'll get everything to really help you how to colour here. So if you love these characters and you want to learn how to colour them properly, this is just going to be incredible for you. And then you're getting your QR code on the back, which you can scan, and that will take you through to all your professionals teaching you just how to colour. Now, these are great images because they've just captured her perfectly. And I love that. I mean, she looks a bit menacing there, doesn't she, with her baseball bat. It reminds me of, we went to a scare fest last week, Becky.
Oh, what's that?
And there was a lot of like The Purge, the horror film The Purge.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And there was like people that just stop you and like hitting their baseballs against the walls, and it was quite, it's quite distressing. But yeah, she's just great. And she's, in fact, I'm going to take this one because I think I'm going to colour this one in. Reason being, I love her hair on this one, so let's give her hair a colour. But look at, I mean, even if you don't know the characters, you're going to love these. These are just beautiful, really beautiful images to colour in. I think if you've got someone, a youngster or even an adult alike, I like the idea. I was thinking, Becky, of taking one of these kits and colouring them in just like black and white and framing them.
Oh, nice.
They would look amazing, wouldn't they,
Yeah.
sort of on the walls. And then, so you've got your dark art line, and then you've got your grey art line in all those different ones as well. Exactly the same prints, but you're getting them in your, I keep turning that round, but it's supposed to be upside down, isn't it? So, because she's actually doing a one-handed handstand. So you've got all those ones. So let's take that one and give her hair a colour, because she does have the most remarkable hair, especially with the colours that she has. And they've included all those colours. So you can see here, we've got these beautiful turquoise. So if I bring this one out here, you've got your ice blue here, which is your number 3. And then we're going to go into our yellows and oranges as well. So let's use these onto here. So this one is your apricot. And then we've got our light yellow as well, so we can use both of those to start our hair, and then we're going to use the blue to go through it as well, which you might be thinking, well, they're odd colours to colour in, but she has that type of hair. So let's start off really with the lightest colour. So we're going to let's take one section, and that's the thing I would say all the time. Also, I think we'll take a pink. That's a red one. Let's take a pink in there as well. What we're going to do is start with one section. So let's start with this ponytail at the top. So all we're going to do is flick through that yellow. So really just quite lightly, just over the top, flicking that yellow through. We're putting our lightest colour down. Now you can do both. It will teach you to do both. You can take your darkest colour and flick that through, but you can also then take your lightest colour. Your lightest colour has the most amount of alcohol laid down.
Right.
So I would say I like to start with the lightest and then have that blending into your other colours. So we're going to take that straight down to there. And then I'm going to add some pink into that one. So let's just bring our pink, and I'm going to bring that up. Oops, turn that round. I need Tiffany's board, that's what I need. The rotating board, which would be perfect, yes, for colouring these in. So doing that pink there, and then we're going to go back in with the yellow, bring that yellow in. And that way, just bringing that down. And then that's going to create that sort of orangey colour tones. And then we're just going to come in, let's come in with the darkest colour. I think, is that a red? Oh, it's a red, we don't want a red. Let's come in with this one here from the bottom. We're just going to flick through a little bit on the ends. To really concentrate here so I can see what I'm doing.
Well, you do a good job without your glasses.
I've been so good, Becky, with wearing my glasses all the time, and then I've come out without bringing them at all. So, but never mind, we will get there.
That looks brilliant.
So good, isn't it? And just bringing those flicks in there. We can always put a little bit into there. And then let's do our other side. So this time we'll do the same, but we're just going to add a little bit more of the blue coming into her hair. So we're going to take that yellow, colour that down to start with. And then I'm going to bring in that blue and straight away just start to flick into those ends. Because what that's going to do, it's going to give me a slight green because the yellow and blue meet in. But it's also going to just add that touch of blue in the bottom of her hair. So let's pop that there. Just bringing that in. Oh, look what Julia's just bought me. Thank you very much.
As if by magic.
As if by magic, yes.
I'd like a winning lottery ticket.
You what, sorry?
I'd like a winning lottery ticket. I don't think I'm going to get one of those.
Love that. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, I love the rotating board. Have you got a rotating board?
I have.
Yeah, I love it. So
And it's permanently on my desk.
Yeah.
It's very useful.
Yeah, it's so good. So can you see we're adding that sort of like going into green and the blues. Just adding that amazing hair in.
Lillian Kwok says we can make them into jigsaw puzzles.
Oh,
that's a good idea. I like that idea.
That's a really good idea. In fact, I don't know for sure, but I've got a feeling I see them on our sale.
I think we have got them in the sale.
Yes, I remember seeing them thinking, and they're really, really good price. So that's a brilliant idea. Yeah. In fact, you could put them onto some mount board, and then you could, because actually, Becky, we're thinking like these are kits, but you could, if you don't want to give your pens away, you can get some extra pens, because any pens will work, any alcohol pens. You could use them and add them in with the jigsaw so they can colour their own jigsaw in.
Could you put mount board, put one page on one side, one page on another, and then still run it through the die so you could have a double-sided puzzle? Can you do that? Would the dies go through mount board and two pieces of paper?
Yeah, they would. Oh my God, that's a brilliant idea. Why have we never done that before? I'm actually a little bit unsure why we've never done that. That's a brilliant idea. Double-sided.
Double-sided surprise puzzles.
Yeah, absolutely. So all we're doing now is doing these colours, mixing them in, and then just bringing them in. Look how fabulous she looks.
I love her hair.
She's just brilliant, isn't she? Absolutely brilliant. And actually, I think I'm going to add a little bit of the pink to the top there. So
Stephanie says Harley Quinn is another one my granddaughter likes. We'll see how she does with the Harry Potter and go from there. My daughter is a Wonder Woman fan and my grandson is a Batman fan. So that's good.
Oh, very nice.
You're ticking off quite a few Christmas presents in this show, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Great Christmas presents. Right, now her skin. Now Harlequin is quite famous for having quite pale skin. Yeah. So the great thing is you don't need to do much of her skin tone. All you need to do is take your lightest colour. So we've got our lightest shade. And then all you're going to do is literally where that shade can be. Can you see where her nose is? Just down the side of that nose, or her nose, we're going to put that shading in. Now don't worry when you're first laying it down. You're thinking, oh, she's going to look awful. You need to allow that to evaporate. That ink, that will evaporate, and you just want to contour her face. So it's a case, so we know under that hair she's going to have some detail round her chin line, under her eye, through her hair. But look how that then brings her to life. I think it's just really a unique way of being able to add that in. We can then go in with that tiny bullet nib there and just add a little bit more shading round her nose. Can you see? We can just add in all that extra. I'm just hoping this is looking okay because it's I'm doing quite close-up work here with no glasses. And then we can just literally blend that out a bit underneath, just where our eye is. And then if we want to put a bit of, let's do, I'm going to put a little bit of orange actually in her eye. Sort of, I say orange, it's a tan, so which is a warm beige. I'm just going to bring her eyes to life so she doesn't look like she's not looking at us. And then we can go back in with the colours. So I'm going to go back in with that darker grey just under her neckline and just on a collarbone there. And then in with that lighter grey. Just putting that detail.
If you went to a DC comic party and had to dress up as one of the characters, would you go as Harley Quinn or would you go as Wonder Woman?
Oh, Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Yeah. Wonder Woman. It's got to be Wonder Woman, hasn't it? Got to be Wonder Woman. Right, now, when you get to, I want to do her legs because I want to show you, we're saying about your sort of the muscle contouring on there. And it's quite easy to do without having to worry too much because you sort of know where your muscles are sort of going to come in. So you sort of know that you've got this sort of muscle on your thigh here. And then you can sort of come round. So just by adding in that extra, can you see we've then just contoured her leg straight away without doing too much to it at all. So nice and easy. It's a case of, because you've got that really soft brush nib, which is amazing, and then your shading would just be under her leg and then just coming down. And literally, you don't need to do too much else than that because that's all you really need to add that in. And I'm just adding that you don't need to do that at all. I mean, you could just put extra, whatever you sort of want in, you can add those sort of extra pieces there. But actually, if you was just to put, so where this is here, we can then contour that down underneath her shorts. It's just a case of just finding where you know that that sort of contouring is going to go. And don't worry if you're not sure because, like I say, scan that QR code and everything you'll find out there. So we don't need to do too much extra to this. All this is colouring in. We then can just do underneath here. Just adding that in and let that dry because it's going to give you sort of that detail once it starts to evaporate, once the alcohol starts to evaporate. So it's just adding in all that detail, put a bit in her arm and then just down here as well. I don't think there's any real rights or wrongs there, Becky, so you can see she's really coming together there. And if I sort of bring, I haven't got one, oh, I can bring it in on the top, this one, so you can see on here, just that grey around her face, looking like that, coming down here. So then it's just a case of taking your pens, getting loads of pens in here. So we know we need that dark red, sort of soft red, and we've also got a darker red in there as well. So then we can start putting it. Am I still good to carry on? So let's just add, so now we want to do her jacket. So I know sort of around this area where her arm is going to be, I'm going to bring in that darker grey and we're going to sort of just put in that extra detail just around there. And you can literally put that in wherever you want. That's just going to really add some real definition to where you're colouring in. So I'm putting quite a lot down, plenty there to create that shading under her arm. Then we're going to come in with our lightest colour first, and then let's just go over the top of that. So just bringing that down. I think what I really like about these, Becky, they're not over-complicated. There's not loads of different colours to choose from. We're not telling you to do a 3-colour blend or anything like that. We're literally just giving you the basics to be really creative and colour the most amazing artwork in.
Well, basically now it looks like all I need is one colour and a grey.
Yes. absolutely.
No, I can create anything from that.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, so true. So we're literally going to bring that down so you can see our shading of that grey just underneath. So it's given us that bit of definition. We can then go back over that same shading and just come in with that darker colour blend.
Adriana says, these kits are gorgeous and my nephew is going to love them. And Stephanie says, it is mesmerising from what I'm seeing, Debbie.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think they're definitely kits that you're going to get carried away with. I don't think you'll stop. Once you start, it's like, where do you stop? Because you just want to keep going. So once we've got those lines in, go back to your lightest colour and then we're just going to blend those out. So just going through those, blending in the centre. All I'm doing is sort of tickle in the lines so they'll blend next in with the darker colour just at the sides. And then once you sort of leave that, it really starts to all evaporate and the colours just turn into their own. So you can see there, we're getting that real definition of colour. Hair's looking fabulous, the skin's looking fabulous for a harlequin. Yeah. So yeah, and we're just going to continue with that. So, and all you do, you've got everything you need in that kit, Becky, to be able to sort of colour it in. Now I've coloured a different one in, but let me just bring in these ones here and show you some of the DC characters because they are incredible. Look at her there. I mean, and you can see this contouring of her legs as well, very easy to do. So a beautiful hair. This is just amazing that you can get this from watching sort of your videos. Just scan that QR code. Look, I mean, just incredible, absolutely incredible images. Love those. Oh, this one, Leann was showing this earlier and I thought it was a very good, let me bring Spider-Man back here, Superman, sorry, back in. The difference in your colouring onto this from this, what I can feel straight away, this is all gone rough because felt tip pens are terrible for bobbling paper, just not very nice at all to work with. There's no blending in that, there's no niceties about a felt tip pen, but then bring in your alcohol pen and it looks absolutely incredible. I just love these images and once you get them out, I mean, look at my brother would love the Joker, I just know he would, absolutely amazing. So yeah, you just choose which ones you like, Becky, and go for your characters.
Fantastic. They are absolutely incredible. So the one that you've just seen Debbie using is your Harley Quinn. You can see here you're going to be getting lots of different designs in here. They are just incredible. Have we got a little video to show? I've lost everybody. I can't hear anyone.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, we do have a little video here, yes, just to show you how to, really. Yes.
Art markers are a creative essential for professional artists in illustration, comics and design. But mastering them? Easier than you think. Work quickly in overlapping strokes. Don't stay on the same spot for too long. Layer for depth. Start light, let it dry, then go darker for a pro finish. Blend with darker shades for smooth transitions and deep shadows. Mix colours by layering. Wait a bit for the magic to happen. Shift hues for realism and captivating visuals. Mute colours with grey for a subtle, sophisticated effect. Brighten by layering with a lighter shade while wet, or subtly dilute after drying. Unmask your creativity. Your gateway to pro-level art. Fan Art Like a Pro Art Kits by Spectrum Noir.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. We're fast approaching the end of this hour. I don't know where the time's gone, but it's been absolutely incredible. I just wanted to show you some of the Harry Potter ones. I didn't show you at the beginning of the hour. These are quite incredible. So if you go for the Harry Potter ones, these are the sort of things that you can be colouring in. So these are the scenes here. So, oh, Have we got our overhead? Look at that. I mean, absolutely incredible. Contouring his face, his jacket, how you get all this line work in. It's just incredible. And you can see here, Leann was colouring this in earlier, so she's got this so well with the colouring in. We've got all the creatures in there, which look I know, it's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Look at that, the phoenix, absolutely beautiful. Dobby, I mean, I can't wait to colour Dobby in actually, because I think Dobby, the way this has been done and teaching you how to do it and getting all this muscle tone is incredible. That is amazing. I would definitely frame that. I think that is just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, you just choose which ones you love and go for those, because they are all absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous. So these are the collections of Harry Potter kits. The first one has got Harry Potter. There you go. See that a bit better. All those different images that you've got here with Harry in the grey and also in the black. You've also got all of those classiques and illustrators and that fine art liner. The next one is Dobby. You can make him like he's been at the gym. That last one, he looked like he's been training, didn't he? You've got all, this one has got all the magical companions. So you've got Hedwig, Buckbeak, and also Fawkes in here. 6 different designs in 2 different colourways, one in black and one in grey. And then this one is your magical creatures. You've got the Grindylows, you've got the Merpeople, you've got the Basilisk, and you've also got the Pixies in there as well, with all of those different colours. And these are all $34.99 or $44.99. Platinum price is $27.99 or $35.99. The other ones we have are these ones here, which are on a fantastic deal. So as Leann said, they're all sort of manga type kind of designs that you've got here. So you have your Celestial Maidens, your Adventures in Colouring, Way of the Samurai, and Manga Comic Heroes. They work in the same way. I'll take one down so you can actually have a look. But you will get your pens in here, you get your classiques and your illustrators, you've got your art liner in there as well, and you get all of those different images. So you get 6 different images, again in 2 different colourways, one in black and one in grey. Basically on this deal, you're buying 3 and getting 1 for free, which makes it a really, really good deal. I know so many people do love manga, it's really, really popular, and it's a different type of technique, isn't it, for colouring. £89.97 or $119.97. Platinum price is $71.98 or $95.98. Now we'll have a quick look at the the DC ones. These ones are amazing. We're going to start with Superman, as before, these all work in the same way. 5 illustrators, 5 classics, art liner, 6 images in black, 6 images in grey. Then we're going to go to The Flash. In all those colours, all the colours work together. You may get some repeats, but they're all working with each section. This is your Harley Quinn. Then we're going to go to the Joker. Next one is Batman. And then finally, we have Wonder Woman. All work in the same kind of way. £34.99, $44.99, £27.99 or $35.99 is your platinum price. Thank you so much, Debbie. This has been amazing. Really enjoyed this.
It's been such a nice hour. I'm just glad that I got my hands on it. But will you get your hands on yours? I hope so, because you will absolutely love them. And remember, Christmas presents, they're just going to be ideal for Becky.
They are, absolutely. And you're going to be joining me in an hour's time, aren't you, for Cartload?
In fact, we've got a Cartload.
Yeah.
Lots of great deals, which are amazing. You're grabbing all those deals. So yes, come back in an hour.
Absolutely. And do remember, we still have that sale on. Incredible deals, up to 80% off in the outline sale. We've got an hour's break, so check out your baskets. We will see you back in an hour's time. Take care. Bye-bye.